Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. It's been a couple of days since I've been online, so I'm happy to be back. And I know you probably saw I wasn't online. I wasn't live at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I had a video post at 1 o'clock in the morning. It premiered. Didn't do too bad, given that it was 1 o'clock in the morning. We got almost 100 people on 1 o'clock in the morning. But hey, glad to be back, and we are going to get going with this game preview. Knicks versus Lakers tonight at 7:30 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock. That's the G. The last time we played the Los Angeles Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, we got smacked. There's no easier way to say it, no better way to say it than we got smacked. It was pretty much embarrassing the way that we lost to the Los Angeles Lakers the last time that we played them. Let's hope that this is a different game. I don't know if it will be. They just have so much more talent than we have. They're playing with grown men. We're playing with a lot of kids. So there's a big difference there. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now and ring that notification bell. And if you're on Sportscaster, make sure you're following me on Sportscaster. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you go follow me on Sportscaster and vice versa. And give me a second here. I want to get my Sportscaster app up so that I can talk to everyone who is on Sportscaster. Same way that I'm talking to the folks on YouTube. There we go. Got my Sportscaster app up. All right, let's get with it, ladies and gentlemen. The interim head coach of the New York Knicks is Mike Miller. There's a lot of discussion going on about Mike Miller and how long Mike Miller is, if Mike Miller is going to be here next year. We'll find out, but right now, he is the head coach. The projected starters for the Knicks: Elfrid Payton at point guard, Reggie Bullock at shooting guard. Small forward is Marcus Morris. Power forward is Julius Randle. And at center is Taj Gibson. All right, R.J. Barrett is out with an ankle injury. He should get checked up tomorrow, maybe. See what kind of progress he has. And then Dennis Smith Jr. is out with an oblique, or he's a game time decision, I guess. For the Los Angeles Lakers, the head coach is Frank Vogel, and the projected starters are Avery Bradley at point guard, Danny Green at shooting guard, LeBron James at small forward, JaVale McGee at power forward, and at center, you got Anthony Davis. Now, this is how it was listed when they played the Boston Celtics. Between JaVale McGee and Anthony Davis, I guess they can switch around from power forward to center, whatever it is. The last time we played them, I had Anthony Davis listed as the power forward and JaVale McGee at the center position. Either way, I don't think it matters too much. Now, Anthony Davis, he's going to be a game time decision, because of his back issue. If you recall, the last time that the Knicks and the Lakers played, Anthony Davis fell on his tailbone, and I know that's a painful injury, ladies and gentlemen. Painful injury. He's back. I'm glad he's back, and I'm glad he's healthy. But still, I guess just in safety of his tailbone, he's a game time decision. All right, so we'll see. I think he's probably going to play. Unless he's having some kind of pain or something like that. So I'm expecting Anthony Davis to play. Rajon Rondo, he's out with a finger. He also is a game time decision. All right, so we'll see what's going on there. Now, for the Knicks, just to let you know, Marcus Morris is questionable with a sprained right ankle. And, of course, Dennis Smith Jr., he's just out. I had him as game time decision because he was a couple of days ago. He's just out. All right, he's questionable. I'm sorry. Dennis Smith Jr. is questionable. Right now I'm looking at the Knicks PR report. Dennis Smith Jr. is questionable. And Barrett, of course, we know is out. All right, so that's what it is right now as we're looking at the lineups for tonight, not tomorrow, for tonight. Let's take a look at the team comparison, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks they're not 11-31. They've won a game, so they now have 12 wins. So I want to make sure I get that win up there because we need every win we can get. I don't want to cheat the team on wins. We need every win that we can get. Right? And I want to make sure we have every win that we can get. We are actually 12-32 on the season. Still 20 games below about 500. But hey, let me give us that 12th win to make sure that, we got everything on point. And the Los Angeles Lakers, they're 34-9 on the season, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, one of the top teams in the league. Second in the league behind the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, so the New York Knicks are on a one-game winning streak, or they've won their last game. They just defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, they're averaging 104.3 points per game. They're giving up 112.2 points per game. They shoot 43.4% from the field, and they shoot 33.8% from three. They grab 46.1 rebounds per game. They average 21.1 assists and 13.9 turnovers per game. Their offensive rating is 104.3. That's 28th in the league. And their defensive rating is 112.3. That's 25th in the league. As for the Los Angeles Lakers, they're 34-9 on the season, as I just mentioned. They lost their last game to the Boston Celtics. They didn't just lose. They got smacked. They got walloped to the Boston Celtics, ladies and gentlemen. The Lakers lost 139-107. 139-107 to the Celtics. They got smacked. And, looking at the box scores, not many people did much that game. LeBron James, he had 15 points, 13 assists. JaVale McGee, 18 points. Anthony Davis only had 9 points. He shot 42.9% from the field. He only had 4 rebounds on the night. Nobody else did much of anything. Danny Green had 7, Avery Bradley 8, Kyle Kuzma had 13. Kyle Kuzma, he's mentioned in a lot of trade rumors right now. Matter of fact, the latest trade rumor is that not the Knicks, the Los Angeles Lakers may get what's his name from Chicago in trade for Kyle Kuzma. We'll see. We'll see. That would be that would actually be a good addition for the Los Angeles Lakers. Not that I want to get too deep into trade talk and stuff like that. I guess we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later on as we get some people to come join us, right? And that somebody I'm talking about is Zach LaVine. I couldn't think of his name. Zach LaVine for Kyle Kuzma. That could really be something for the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know. That'd be crazy. We'll see. But anyway, the Los Angeles Lakers got smacked by the Boston Celtics. So they're on a one-game losing streak, or they lost their last game. They're averaging 114 points per game. They give up 106.4 points per game. They shoot 48.5% from the field. They shoot 35.9% from three. They average 45.6 rebounds per game. They average 26 assists per game. They average 14.9 turnovers per game. Their offensive rating is 112.9. That's 4th in the league. And their defensive rating is 105.5. That's also 4th in the league. Needless to say, ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers are a very good team. They're a very good team. The last time we played them, we really got smacked. It was a bad loss, and it was in the midst of that stretch where we played the Clippers, then we played the Lakers, then we played the Utah Jazz. It was that West Coast swing earlier this month, and it was a rough one. It was a very rough West Coast swing. Very rough one. So we'll see, if we can, if we can have some get backs, some revenge on the Los Angeles Lakers. The last 5 games might tell a different story between the two teams. Not too much of a different story. The Knicks over the last 5 games, they're 2-3. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like the win over Miami was so long ago, but it wasn't. So they're 2-3 over the last 5 games. They beat Miami, right? Then they lost to They lost to Phoenix. They lost to Milwaukee. They lost to Phoenix. They lost to somebody else, and then they just beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, so they're 2-3 over the last 5 games. They're averaging over the last 5 games 103.4 points per game. It's not that good. Their opponents are averaging 109.2, so they're playing better defensively over the last 5 games. It would seem like they're playing better defensively. They're shooting 42.9% from the field, 28.4% from 3. They average 45 rebounds per game over the last 5 games, 21.6 assists, and 11.8 turnovers. They really do keep those turnovers down. Got to give them that. Their offensive rating is 103.0, and that's 28th in the league. But their defensive rating over the last 5 games is 109.4. So, listen, over the last 5 games, they're settling. They started to settle in a little bit because during that West Coast trip earlier during this month, Marcus Morris was out, Julius Randle was out. A lot of guys were out. So everything had to adjust. The offense had to adjust. I mean, over that trip, the Knicks were giving up 125 points per game, 124 points per game. It was ridiculous. People were just scoring all over the place. And it was pretty bad. It was hard to watch because guys were just going down the lane, getting layups, dunking on us, and then they were knocking down their 3-point shots. It's hard to watch. Hopefully this is different. The Los Angeles Lakers, over the last 5 games, their record is 3-2. They're averaging 120.4 points per game. They're giving up 116.4 points per game. I'm scared of that average of 120.4 points per game because we cannot score with those guys on most nights. We're not going to be able to score with them. So that bothers me. That's a little scary. They shoot 49.6% from the field, and they shoot 37.1% from 3. All right, we know what these guys can do from 3 because we've seen it the last game we played them. They had wide open 3 after wide open 3, and every single player on the Knicks squad was at fault. We've got to do a better job. Got to do a better job on them this time, especially from that 3-point line because they were killing us. They're grabbing 46.4 rebounds per game over the last 5 games. They're averaging 27 assists. And they're also averaging 13.8 turnovers. Nice assist to turnover ratio right there. Their offensive rating is 116.9. That's 7th in the league. And their defensive rating dipped to 113, which is 22nd in the league. So let's see. Maybe they're going through this mid-season, mud in the road portion of their schedule. It's January. These are like the dog days of the NBA. And guys are starting to look forward to the All-Star break and those type of things. So maybe their mind is a little bit not totally in it, and we can catch them sleeping tonight. That's my hope. Maybe their mind ain't in it. We can catch them sleeping just a little bit. Let's take a look at some of the key matchups, ladies and gentlemen. First key matchup is LeBron James and Marcus Morris. Obviously, we know, listen, these two guys are on a different stratosphere in the basketball world. They're on 2 different stratospheres, right? LeBron James is way up here somewhere, and Marcus Morris is somewhere in the middle of the pack. 2 different stratospheres. But Marcus Morris, to what I will say is, he's not afraid of LeBron James. He's not afraid to play defense on LeBron James, although LeBron James had his way the last time we played. Okay, but you need a guy like Marcus Morris around, which is the reason why teams like the Los Angeles Clippers are interested in someone like Marcus Morris, because they know that he has some of the stuff that you want when you're playing the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. All right. But anyway, Marcus Morris matching up against LeBron James. All right, LeBron James is averaging 25.2 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game, and 11 assists. He also averages 1.3 steals per game, shooting 49.1% from the field and 34.1% from three. And I just want to say this. If your strategy against LeBron James is to go under the screens and let him shoot, it's a bad strategy. He may not be the best three-point shooter in the world, but if you challenge him, he's probably going to start knocking him down. Right? If you challenge him that way and you go under the screens, he'll probably knock him down. Don't do it. It's not a good strategy. Marcus Morris, he's 6'8", 218. He's averaging 19 points per game, 5.4 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists, and just under 1 steal per game. He's shooting 44% from the field and 45.7% from three. The last time the Knicks played the Lakers, I felt that Marcus Morris was just ineffective. Clearly, we got smacked. Right? We got smacked. But I didn't feel like he made LeBron work for it enough. And we need him to make LeBron work for it. Make LeBron tired. Look, LeBron is an old man now. He's not old, but he's an old man in the NBA terms, right? He's an old man. So let's make him work for it. Let's see if we can get his legs tired. Those type of things. You know, if we're just going to sit around but that doesn't mean, here's the hard part about LeBron James guarding Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris, he's our leading scorer, obviously. But the thing about it is he's ISO-ish, right? Very ISO. Very, very ISO. Which, in my opinion, is not going to, it doesn't benefit the Knicks. It doesn't benefit the Knicks that he's ISO, in my opinion. But it especially doesn't benefit the Knicks when they're playing the Lakers. Because LeBron James, if you're going to play ISO ball on LeBron James, he's a very good one-on-one defender. Right? So that's tough. You see, looking at the matchup, you see LeBron James is 250, Marcus Morris is 218. It's easy. Marcus Morris likes to get the ball in that mid-post, right? It's going to be easy for LeBron James with his size to knock Marcus Morris off his post, to knock Marcus Morris off his spot. All right, so that's not going to be an easy matchup for Marcus Morris to score one-on-one against LeBron James. You got to have a different approach, in my opinion. A different approach, in my opinion. And I say this all the time anyway. But you got to have Marcus Morris. And actually, Marcus Morris didn't play, so no wonder why he wasn't effective. So it was Reggie Bullock who didn't play against him. So maybe things would be different. We'll see. So anyway, since Marcus Morris didn't play, and I'm wondering to myself, thinking about it, Marcus Morris didn't play. So yeah, he wasn't effective. So it was Reggie Bullock that was on LeBron James. And Reggie Bullock had 7 points. So, in order for, in my opinion, for Marcus Morris to be effective against LeBron James, you're not going to be able to just post him up on the high post and let Marcus Morris go to work. He may score some buckets. But I think you got to try to get him moving. Make LeBron James have to move. You know what I'm saying? Make LeBron James have to move. Because he's older. His legs are going to get tired quicker if you make him have to move. Right? Make him have to move and chase you around. If you can do that, then maybe you can get him a little bit tired. But having Marcus Morris just, try to post him up, I think it's going to be ineffective. It's not going to be effective, and maybe Marcus Morris might score some points. Not saying he won't score, but it's not going to do the work that you need on LeBron James in making him tired down. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the issue comes in, I think, in having, that's going to work in LeBron James's favor. Marcus Morris is averaging 19 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and just under 1 steal. I think I told you that. He's shooting 44% from the field and 45.7% from three. Probably already told you that. But we need Marcus Morris to knock down his three-point shot tonight. Make LeBron have to defend him out there at the three-point line. Now let's go to our next key matchup. Anthony Davis and Julius Randle. Now, the last time the Knicks and the Lakers played, Julius Randle actually didn't do too bad of a job on Anthony Davis. You got to admit that, ladies and gentlemen. Up until the point that Anthony Davis went out with his injury, I think he had like 5 points on the night. Anthony Davis had 5 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Now, he went out, I think, in the third quarter or something like that. All right? So, now, what the Knicks were doing, and I think there needs to be a change in strategy, what the Knicks were doing is really doubling down on Anthony Davis. They were really crowding him and making him kick the ball out. The problem is that when they kicked it out to the Danny Greens and to the Kentavious Caldwell-Popes and LeBron James, these guys were knocking down threes. We're going to talk about some strategies, but that's one area I think is going to have to change. Let Julius Randle guard him one-on-one. Force Julius Randle to have to play defense. And I know Julius Randle's not the best defender. But I think at least going one-on-one, he should be able to do an okay job. You can't expect that Anthony Davis is going to score 5 points this game. Now, you could try to double and triple team him, but then you're going to leave us vulnerable to that three-point shot the same way that it was the first time we played. The same way. Last night, or not last night, the game, versus the Boston Celtics, Anthony Davis had 9 points. So he's going to be looking to have, he wants some get-backs. He's going to want some get-backs. But I say let Julius Randle guard him straight up. Right? If you need a double team late in the game or something like that, then go for it. But I think you guard him straight up. Julius Randle, 6'8", 250. He averaged 19 points per game, 9.1 rebounds, 3.3 assists per game, and just under 1 steal. He's shooting 45.2% from the field and 29.4% from three. And Anthony Davis, he's averaging 26.6 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, 3.2 assists, just under 1 steal per game. He's shooting 50% from the field and 29.7% from three. So let's see if Julius Randle can guard this man straight up. I think that's the way that we need to go about it. Guard him straight up, and then if you need to double team at some point, then you throw some double teams. But if you do it the entire game, it becomes too easy. It becomes too predictable, and they just get the ball, pass it out, swing it around the perimeter, knock down an open three, or you find somebody cutting to the basket or whatever it is. I think you got to mix it up. Show him a couple of, give him a couple of looks with Julius Randle by himself. And maybe throw a couple of double teams here and there. And if we're smart enough defensively, send those double teams from areas that are unconventional. Instead of sending the double team from the guy who's, outside the three-point line where Anthony Davis can kick it right back out, maybe send a double team from some place that's, a little bit, the opposing baseline or something like that, the opposing corner. Maybe send a double team from there. Make Anthony Davis have to think about where that double team is coming from. So it's not just easy for him to kick it out. Send a weird, send some weird player to hit that double screen from some weird place, some weird location on the court. Might not be easy to do with this team, though, because I don't know how, our defensive basketball IQ may not be, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that may be difficult to do. All right, let's look at some of the strategies to the game, ladies and gentlemen, keys to the game. Number 1, fight over screens. We got killed so bad the last game because we were getting stuck on the screens. And it was so frustrating the way we were getting stuck on screens. Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, right? They were setting screens, and we're running behind the screen looking, trying to find a way to get out to the shooter. Wasn't a good look. Right? And it was frustrating for me to see us constantly getting smacked on these screens the way that we were getting smacked on the screens. And guys were wide open from the three-point line. So we got to fight over screens. do a much better job getting over those screens during this game. I just talked about it, but a different defensive scheme on Anthony Davis. Like I said, in the previous game, we were doubling back on Anthony Davis whenever he got the ball. As soon as he put the ball on the floor to go to the basket, we were sending in double team. The problem is that Anthony Davis can be a passer. So he may not get the assist, but he will get the hockey assist, right? Because he kicked the ball out and did a swing. Boom, 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 open three. Or he find where the double teamer is coming from. Find that man for an open three. And it was happening time and time again. We made him take some bad shots and some things like that. That worked. But I think we need a different scheme because we left guys open from three too many times and they were getting too many open shots, and clearly it didn't work because we got smacked. So I'm going to say it again. Let Julius Randle play this man one-on-one. Send a couple double teams intermittently. Have some calls. Hopefully they have, they've worked in practice. They have a few calls to know who's going to double team when and where. Now, the game might look a little bit different because Marcus Morris is out there now. All right, you got Marcus Morris at the small forward spot, and you got Reggie Bullock, who was playing at the shooting guard spot because RJ Barrett is out. So we'll see what this changes. Last time, Reggie Bullock was guarding LeBron James, and RJ Barrett was at the shooting guard spot. So, let's see what it looks like this time. We got to match their intensity. Look, they're a good defensive team. Over the last 5 games, defensively, they're rated 22nd, but throughout the entire season, they're rated 4th, right? So we got to match their intensity on the offensive end and on the defensive end, all right? Look, we don't have big name stars that are at the Garden, playing at the Garden. Our biggest name is Julius Randle. Our most popular player is probably RJ Barrett. We don't have big names yet. These guys got names. So that means the Garden's going to be buzzing a little bit. Which means these guys are going to come in with some intensity because they want to show out at the Garden. I don't care what no one says. People can say everything they want to say. Nobody cares about Madison Square Garden. Nobody cares about the most famous arena in the world or the Mecca of basketball. Say what you want. People want to come to the Garden and show off. Like it or not. Right? So everybody can say all this stuff about the Garden doesn't mean anything. That's bullcrap. People want to come to the Garden and show off. So LeBron James, he wants to come to the Garden and show off. Anthony Davis, he may or may not. I don't know. So we've got to match that intensity. We got to match the intensity, and we got to be ready. Step up. Marcus Morris will be back. Hopefully he can bring and match that intensity. Reggie Bullock will be starting at the shooting guard spot. So we'll see. We'll see. Match the intensity. Don't get excited on offense or defense, but don't get too excited. I felt the last game that Julius Randle got a little bit excited, right? Because he was playing against his old team in Los Angeles. Now, he's played against them before. When he was with the Pelicans, he played them. But of course, being with the Knicks is a little bit different than being with the Pelicans. Like it or not, media, it is. It's a little bit different. Seemed to be excited and wanted to prove a point. Let's not do that this game. Let's not get excited. Let's be relaxed. Right? Try to play out whatever. I don't know what our basketball game is. I can't say play Knicks basketball because I don't know what Knicks basketball is. So I don't want to say play Knicks basketball. I don't know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you know what it is, please tell me. Trying to figure that out. Been trying to figure that out for the last decade. But please tell me. If you know what Knicks basketball is, let me know. Because I can't step up in there and say, play Knicks basketball. I don't know what Knicks basketball is. Hopefully we'll find out one of these days. Hopefully. Find ways to get easy baskets at the rim. And I say this almost every pregame or game preview, whatever you want to call it. Find ways to get easy baskets at the rim. Why do I say it every time? Because we seem to get tough shots We don't make our open shots, and then when we do make shots, sometimes we struggle to score. We struggle to score. That's why we have one of the worst offensive ratings in the league, because we struggle to score. We really got to find ways to get easy buckets at the rim. You get easy buckets at the rim. Not only does it loosen you up on the offensive end of the floor, but it gives you more energy on the defensive end of the floor. Like it or not, and people can say, well, you should be playing defense like that anyway. You can say that all you want. I get that, and I understand it, and you're probably right. But you got to be on the basketball court to understand how it feels when you score a bucket and your team is scoring buckets, the energy that it emits, the energy that it brings. Then when you're not making buckets, your emotions, when you're playing basketball, understand this. When you're playing basketball, everything is on instinct, right? That's where everything should be on instinct. You don't want to be thinking on the floor. Everything is on instinct. So it really comes down to a lot of primitive characteristics of human beings. And I know maybe I'm getting too far and too deep into this stuff on a Wednesday, but whatever. It comes down to just some instinctual characteristics of human beings, and your emotions bring out the most instinctual characteristics you have, right? So when your emotions, so your energy levels really can flow with your emotions of the game. And it's very hard to control your energy level and fight against your emotions. And what players have to do, especially young players, is learn how to control the energy of their emotions. You know what I'm saying? Control the energy of their emotions, because it ends up coming down to instinct. When you're playing any sport, it comes down to instinct and what your instinct is. And you can train your instinct, though. That's second nature. When they talk about second nature and you make things second nature, the way that you train your body, your mind, and everything that you do, it comes down to being second nature. You can train your instinct, but, young players, it takes time to learn it. I know I went off on a tangent and I forgot what I was talking about. As I was talking about, find ways to get easy. Oh, yeah, finding ways to get easy baskets at the rim. That's the importance of getting those easy baskets, right? Because then you get, your emotions get high, you get excited, and then it helps you on the other end of the floor. Same thing, when you get steals or you get blocks and things like that. It helps you offensively too. They go back and forth because it's that emotion again. That's why, when you see a team playing lazy on the floor and with no emotion and no fire and no intensity, you need somebody. You always need somebody out there that can bring that intensity and bring that emotion, that can create it without it being created throughout the game. Sometimes the game creates that intensity and that emotion. Sometimes you need people that create it for you. But anyway, let's find easy ways. Let's find ways to get easy baskets at the rim. I didn't mean to go into a soliloquy. And Isaiah, if you're listening, you still ain't tell me soliloquy. You still ain't tell me. But anyway, I didn't mean to go off on a soliloquy, guys. Then we got to match or beat them on the boards. Make sure we do that. They got some big guys that can rebound the basketball. We got to make sure that we're rebounding with them. We have off and on nights on the boards. Some nights we're rebounding great. Sometimes we're not. Offensive rebounds, we get a lot of offensive rebounds, and that could be a byproduct of not shooting well from the field. Defensively, we're not rebounding well. One of the worst in the league in defensive rebounds. But anyway, those are my keys to the game, ladies and gentlemen. If you have keys to the game, make sure you put it right down in the comment section. You can put it here in the YouTube chat. You can put it in the comment section. All right, so other people can come and join in later on when this video is done. Let me get to a couple of phone calls, all right? And then I'm going to get to the video chat. I see my man Andy's in the video chat. We're going to get to that, all right? Let's see. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's poppin'?
Yo, what's up, Sam? It's Kev.
What's going on, Kev? How you feeling, man?
Yeah, it's a shame I can't get to you on the video chat, man, but I'm here at work and everything, so.
Okay. Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. I get it.
Yeah,
I feel you.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, so what I did was I looked at the last game that we played against the Lakers, and
Uh-huh.
you, all your points were totally on point. We can't let, um, we can't give LeBron James, free looks at the 3-point line because a lot of his shots he took, he actually hit. I don't even think he missed a 3-point shot whenever he took it. So we definitely got to keep cognizant of that. And that was also the game that Morris didn't play, so we were missing points from him as well as his. He's not a bad defensive player, so no question. He's not bad defensively, Marcus Morris. So we definitely missed that, and we also can't let Rondo, Caldwell Pope, and Bradley. We can't let those guys get off the way they did before. I mean, I expect Ntilikina to have a better defensive game, and hopefully Dotson can get on track as well. And I'm hoping also that Bullock can start hitting those corner threes and everything. And his defense he's no slouch on defense either. So
Right.
I expect him to bring it. So pretty much that my only concern is just the length of like we talked about yesterday with McGee, Dwight Howard, and um, Anthony Davis. I'm just concerned about their length. If we can get that maintained, so in other words, we got to have Mitch, be on his game big time, and
Yeah.
then just challenge these guys.
The last time we played them, their length really killed us, man. Like, every time we got into the paint, they tipped the basketball, right?
Right.
It was frustrating. It was frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. Every time we got into the paint, they tipped the basketball, everything, man. So we'll see. Now,
and we can't let. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Now, well,
No,
actually,
what I was going to say was we can't let also those secondary players get off as well. Like I mentioned, Bradley, Rondo, and Caldwell Pope. That other guy, Caruso, we can't let him get off either because you give him like 2 or 4 points, and that just adds to their point total of them, winning the game. So we can't let those guys, we just got to make it very, very difficult. If they're going to score, they're going to score, but we just got to make it very difficult.
yeah.
And like I said, Ntilikina is he has to step up defensively, and well, they all do, but especially him at the guard position, and really, really challenge these guys.
Right. Now, Marcus Morris is questionable for tonight because he sprained his right ankle. If he does not play tonight, then who do you expect to step up?
Well, I'm hoping that I think Randall's going to be Randall. He's going to take those weird 3-point shots, but I do think he'll get it into the paint and everything.
Well, I mean, when I say step up, who's going to step into, who's going to defend? I guess Reggie Bullock would defend LeBron James, and who's going to step in at the shooting guard spot? Amy Dotson?
Got a point. Now, honestly,
who's going to step in and play shooting guard?
Don't know. Yeah, I don't know offhand. Oh God, just thinking about it because we're down RJ as well.
But RJ's not playing.
Right, exactly. He's not playing at all. So if Marcus can't go, so you're going to be down 2 starters. And
right.
I no, Sim, I don't know. I mean, do you take the chance and put Dot in? You know, do you take
I don't
that
know.
chance?
You can't
And
put
then
Frank
if you do,
Ntilikina in because then you got, I mean, you got Alfred Payton and Frank Ntilikina starting in the backcourt. That to me is just not going to be good because neither one of them can really shoot from three, right?
no, I'm in Dotson.
Although
I'm in
RJ
Dotson.
can't really shoot from
Dotson.
three, but he can, he knocks him down more than Frank Ntilikina.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you started, if you started Alfred Payton and Dot at the in the backcourt, and then have Reggie Bullock, for this game right here, have Reggie Bullock sticking LeBron, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. And you have Randall D'ing up Unibrow, and then have Taj Gibson against JaVale McGee. That's the only way I could see it. I mean, I'm not going to go the route again of putting Knox out there. Remember, Fizdale tried to do that, and that didn't work at all. So I'd rather have Knox, coming off the bench. So if we're going by position, I would start Dotson at the 2 and put Reggie at the 3. I mean, let's hope that it doesn't come to that. Let's hope that Morris does play tonight.
Yeah.
You don't know. I mean, but if that doesn't happen, then I would do that, and then Trier, Miller's gonna have to play Trier coming in for Dot.
Now the thing is this, right? Damian Dotson hasn't really been getting much burn.
Right.
So I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's what I would do, and and I'm just showing people right now what it would look like possibly if Marcus Morris does not play tonight. Obviously, you wouldn't have Marcus Morris, you wouldn't have RJ Barrett. I'm projecting if Marcus Morris does not play tonight, then I'm projecting that it would be Alfred Payton, Damian Dotson, Reggie Bullock, Julius Randle, and Taj Gibson.
And that's a formidable starting 5 for you for tonight. That's a formidable starting 5 because you have a guy in Dotson who can hit the 3, who can and is also good, off the dribble as well, and can play defense.
Yeah. We'll see, man.
So,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And I will talk to you later on tonight, okay?
All right,
Enjoy
man.
the game tonight, okay?
All right, appreciate it. Peace.
Okay.
And let me get to my man Andy that's up here in the chat. See what Andy thinks about the situation. Because looks like it could be a chance we don't have Marcus Morris. Andy, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, Sim?
I'm good. Tell me, if Marcus Morris is not playing tonight, what do you see? What do you see with the starting lineups?
You know what? If it would be me as the head coach, I think I would go with Dotson at the 2 and move Bullock to the 3. But I think Miller is gonna put Knox in there. Though I really think Morris is gonna give it a go because he didn't play the last game versus the Lakers. No, I don't expect anything big from us because all the numbers and are against us versus the Lakers, except the offensive rebounds. So that's what we always say that we get most offensive rebounds in the NBA because we have the lowest field goal percentage probably. So that's why. And you know what? I don't think the Lakers are really a great opponent versus us. I mean, like we really match up with them badly.
Yeah.
Because they got shooters, they got LeBron that can create at the 3. Morris, even if he would be playing, he's not the best defender versus LeBron because LeBron's really athletic and fast. For his size, he's really, he has the speed and the agility. And I think Morris is more of a guard versus, those players that are less, athletic, like those Paul Pierce's guys and stuff like that don't move so fast. He can guard those guys pretty well. And I wouldn't be surprised if we would see even Randall on LeBron, because at least he matches up, strength wise with him. Maybe not his position, but Brown's a bull, so he can play almost every position. And you know what I'm looking most forward to in this game? I think I want to see a redemption game from Mitch, because last game he got abused by the centers of the Lakers. I know those
Yeah.
guys are really, strong, athletic, and stuff like that, but he has to play with at least with a high IQ. Don't jump for those guys, for every shot block and stuff like that. Play smart defense, stand in the paint, arms straight up and stuff like that. Don't get fooled by those pumped fakes, and don't look like a fool and be on Shaq and a fool. So I
Yeah.
hope it's
Right.
not going to
Right.
happen to him
Right.
this
Right.
game.
Yeah. I agree with you. I want to see Mitch Robinson rebound. Listen, over that West Coast swing, we talked about it on Knicks Weekly the other day. Over that West Coast swing, I really did feel like Mitchell Robinson lost some confidence going up against some of those
Yeah,
centers. Starting with Montrezl Harrell, who just beasted him down low, right? And then he had to deal with JaVale McGee, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, right? And then you had Rudy Gobert. That's a tough stretch for a young center. That's a tough stretch.
yeah. And you know what? I think it's a huge difference. Every of those centers plays another game, because Harold he's not that much. He's not that high, but he has that lower. The center of gravity of his is really lower than Mitch's, and he goes under him. And then there he gets the advantage. Versus Mitch at least. And then when you look at the centers of the Lakers, McGee isn't a really threat, and he's one on one, right? But he didn't play much one on one. He gets created shots by LeBron. So you just lose your sight of view on McGee, because you're trying to have help, or you never look what LeBron is going to do. Then you're getting in trouble with McGee because he's getting an oop or a easy bucket unders. So
Right.
it's those stuff. I'm not gonna even mention Davis, because he's a all-star superstar, maybe even this week. So he's although we heard before we drafted Mitch that he was working out with Anthony Davis. Maybe he knows a couple of those tricks of his, but it's still a really big difference between players like Mitch and Anthony Davis. And Dwight Howard, he was also an all-star and stuff like that. So no, unless someone creates for Howard, he's not going to be able to, play much, creatively in the mid range. But he's gonna, be good down low versus Smith, because
Yeah.
he's strong down there, and he might bully Mitch. You know,
Right. And then to boot, then Frank Ntilikina went out, and that's kind of Mitch Robinson's of late has been his, that's been his point guard on the floor who can really find Mitch. Then he went out, and so offensively, he wasn't getting easy looks at the basket that Frank usually
yeah,
finds him
he
on
usually
those pick
gets
and
for
rolls
yeah
and
for
stuff. So
hoops and stuff like that.
yeah, so yeah, but Frank is back and he's been resurging a little bit. So hopefully we can see a resurgence from Mitchell Robinson, and he can this could be one of his games that he says, all right, I want to come out and prove that I could play with these guys. So we'll see.
Yeah, I really hope so, because I don't know if you notice it. When Frank and Mitch play pick and roll, the most important thing in that pick and roll is the screen set it by Mitch. If it's a
Right,
hard, good screen, and he doesn't have to slip that fast, he can wait even a split second longer. That would be better for his pick and roll game than just setting the screen and slipping too fast. Because when he slips too fast, no, Frank can get his guy behind him, and if he doesn't get his guy behind him, it's really a struggle for Frank, because he's afraid to do those floaters. He's not gonna pull up for the shot mostly, because he's looking for Mitch, and he gets in trouble that way. And you know what? Because I was in and out. I don't know if you mentioned this, the defensive tactics for this game. This last game we were letting the shooters from for the Lakers shoot, right? I think
yeah,
we can't do it this game, but that will also open the paint. And the Lakers are a high IQ team. Even when you look at those guys like McGee's and stuff like that, when you're playing with LeBron, the game really opens for you. So it's gonna be, if we're gonna close out to the 3-point shooters, they're just gonna move the ball even cross court, and it's gonna be more more and more those open 3-pointers. But you just can't give up on the first try, right? So you gotta try to at least contest them, and if it doesn't work, too bad, man. You're gonna get beat. But we can't do it like last time that they just after one pass they had an open shot.
Right.
So
Right.
I think we should really throw really different defenses, even move to zone. Go crazy with the double teams. No, not always the guy from top should come up and defend. Maybe some help defense when maybe get even play it on a risk that the guy is going to beat you and drive to the basket and then try to get a block for the help defense, right? Maybe that will be at least they're going to be in a threat, right? So they'd be afraid to drive to the basket.
Yeah. And I did talk a little bit about some of the defensive schemes, and one of the things was that they were sending crazy, they were sending a lot of double teams at Anthony Davis, and it held them to 5 points, but they let those 3-point shooters be wide open. I think that has to change. Nate,
Exactly.
you're live, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, Anthony Davis is always a mismatch for the Knicks. We don't have anybody that can match him size to size. I expect to see Julius Randle continue to be aggressive. One thing I like about Julius Randle that I don't know if a lot of people are talking about is in these games lately is that he's not thinking a lot. He's basically getting the ball and going to the basket. And that's how Julius Randle has been successful in the past. And I applaud him for maybe something Mike Miller said to him. I don't know. But he's not thinking as much. He's trying to get the ball and get to the cup as quick as possible. Now, he still makes boneheaded moves, but I mean, you're going to have to live with that. This unfortunately, sometimes some players have bad habits, and it's hard to shake them. They've been ingrained their whole life, yes, and it's just hard to change that. I mean, you could try to adjust it, but sometimes they just
and it takes a while. It takes a while to if you're trying to learn some new habits, it takes a while before those habits actually become a habit.
Exactly.
And that's for any player, not just that's for any player in the league, anytime, anywhere, or any player ever, any basketball player or athlete. It takes a long time to break a habit and develop a new habit, and you've got to continue to do it and do it and do it, because once you get some pressure on you, you fall back into old habits.
Is Marcus Morris? Is he playing tonight? I'm trying to see if they had any updates.
He's questionable, so we'll see. Okay. We'll see. And
Evergreen,
you're also live, man. So.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, you can join into the conversation. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm looking at the advertisement for the Knicks right now, and Marcus Morris is on there, so we'll see if that means Marcus Morris is going to be playing. He's on the advertisement, so hopefully he's going to be playing. You know what I mean?
Or that can cost a PR guy a job, man.
Yeah, right. It can cost him his job.
They did that. They did that one year, didn't they, with the Knicks? Like they had a player who they were advertising. They traded him or something. Oh, it was him, Tim Hardaway, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was printed even on the season tickets when you bought season tickets, you got them in bulks, right? And he was printed like in February and stuff like that, and they traded him before the season.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, yeah, they do that. I mean, don't you remember last year when the Knicks started selling seasons tickets? And I guess somebody had gotten an email that had Kevin Durant on there. They got in trouble for that, right? They were like, basically saying that we were selling that Kevin Durant was coming.
It's amazing how this stuff gets leaked out so quickly.
Yeah, but like I said, Marcus Morris, he's on the cover with Julius Randle tonight, 7:30. The Knicks take on the Los Angeles Lakers. And then, of course, on the they have LeBron James and Anthony Davis on that cover there, so. We'll see. We'll see. I hope he plays tonight.
We need him.
We'll need him.
We're going to get killed. We're still going to get killed, probably.
I mean, what didn't Marcus Morris have the reputation as being the quote unquote LeBron stopper when he was in Boston? Not that he was really stopping LeBron, but he was holding him to like 17 points. I mean, still crazy that
He
he can
can
do
he
that.
can
So
he
we
can make it
definitely
difficult for him.
right. So I
Yeah,
need
in a
him.
half court game, yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
in a fast break, I don't think there's no stopping LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, a long time
absolutely
ago,
not.
Gerald Wilkins was
don't know
considered the Jordan stopper back in the day. I remember that. Right? He was considered the Jordan stopper, but he wasn't really stopping Michael Jordan. He was just he held him to 15 points or something like that one game, and they called him the Jordan stopper. So
Right. Which is that could have been Jordan's having a bad game, LeBron's having a bad game. So I mean, as long as we can, we this really, in my opinion, this has to be a guard heavy game. And what I mean by that is like we have to have ultimate amount of ball protection, and between Alfred and Frank and whoever we have starting at the two, they really need to take care of this ball and how they distribute the ball and controlling and setting plays, because get these guys out on the open break, man. Like between LeBron and Green and hell, even Caruso, like those guys get out on the open break and we're having a problem. We know we're gonna have big issues with being able to score in a half court set just because of you got the Twin Towers, the new Twin Towers sitting down there in the paint. So we really got to do our best to get on open breaks and push the ball and play at a high tempo if we're even going to look at scratching the surface of competing in this game.
If it's a
Again, I don't
guard-heavy
have any
game, we're
projection.
screwed. We have no Barrett.
Right. We have no Barrett, so that's what I'm saying. Someone on the guard side has got to have a breakout game. Someone's got to have a breakout game.
yeah.
I would like to say that Reggie Bullock, this might be the game that he can really step up and be a difference maker. But if anyone has any projections on us winning this game, they're freaking out of their minds.
Tim, who started?
I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but
who started? Who
we're not
started?
winning this game.
Who started in place of Barrett the last game?
Reggie started.
Reggie started.
Yeah.
Well,
Reggie
I'm hoping that Alonzo Trier will get some burn and can hopefully be, can have a game, right? That Alonzo Trier can get some burn, even if he's backing up Damian Dotson. Frank Ntilikina coming off the bench at the 1, Alonzo Trier at the 2, right? Kevin Knox at the 3. Then whoever at the 4, either Marcus Morris if he's not playing, Julius Randle still at the 4, or Bobby Portis at the 4, sorry. And then Mitchell Robinson at the 5. Hopefully, I'm hoping that, that's your second 5 coming off the bench. Hopefully, I'm hoping that Alonzo Trier can get in, get comfortable, and have a good game. That's what I want.
If you don't get any burn tonight, mark my words.
That's what I want. So,
Nate, if he's not getting traded, he's not going to resign for us. So
well, they're going to try to trade him and get
sure.
something out of him before he doesn't.
Yeah,
right.
At least that. And I hope Trier goes for 50 tonight.
I want Alonzo. Like, I don't want him to go. I feel like he could be, a solid Knick if he gets burned. The question is where does he fit on the defensive end, right? Like, something's got to give with him on the defensive end. But then you really don't have an argument with him on the defensive end because the man hasn't got any damn PT really like that all season. So it's like,
I've been saying this for the longest time, man. He could be the perfect 6-man for us going forward.
I mean,
right. And I agree wholeheartedly.
He's got some Lou Williams in him.
Some people are saying some people are saying, oh, well, he's a defensive liability. Well, we haven't even seen him be a defensive liability at all this whole season for us to really make that determination.
But look at Lou Williams. He don't play defense, really.
Right. So we know it. We know what a high offensive guy is capable of. I would go so far as to say, like, I'm willing to give up that amount of defensive on the wing. It's not like we were doing anything defensively on the wings to contain point shooters anyway. So would you rather have a guy play no defense and not get you any buckets, or a guy play no defense and drop you 10 points in 10 minutes? right?
And the
Like,
thing about Alonzo
Yeah.
is he's fearless. Like he's like Barrett. Like he's not afraid to go into the get hit and contact and all that.
right,
Yeah.
And
right.
Yeah, but
we need more of that
Nate,
from our
I don't know
players.
if you guys notice it, but when Trier gets in the game, I know he even shoots on the first time he touches the
He's
ball,
not
right?
afraid. He's
But
just gonna get in and
yeah,
go.
but you know what? Didn't you guys notice that lately, when he gets that ball, he starts to think about before the
Yes.
shot? Because
Well,
I was like,
I think,
in the first year, he was going like, no way, I'm gonna take the shot.
Well, because
And
Fizdale didn't
he
rein him
was
in.
even,
That's why.
he knew he's gonna take the shot. Yeah, but I'm just asking you if it's only me that I notice it when he's
no,
getting the ball and he knows he's gonna have a position to shoot. Just
yeah,
he's
I
like
noticed it. I noticed
it's a
it too
split
on
second,
that. So who's the last game we played? That Cleveland game, right? He got what? He got like, how many minutes did he get the Cleveland game? I want to say like 6 minutes
Yeah,
or something like that.
couple of minutes.
Got in, right? So the first play he made, got the ball. It was like a dribble handoff from the wing, and he pushed it into the paint, and he did that floater that hit straight backboard, right? But like you can
Yeah.
tell when he went up, it was like it was almost like a split second of like, am I still ISO Zoe, or do I need to defer back to what
Right.
Fizdale wanted me to do? You know what I mean?
Right.
And and you
He
can
doesn't
see
want
like
to
he
get pulled,
went up.
man. He wants to get back in the coach's favor.
Exactly.
And I was looking at him and I was like, man, dude, just freaking take the ball and go. Just take the ball and go. Do what it is that you're used to doing. And I'll tell you what, man, like, when I really noticed officially that kid was special, it was actually this season. I was at the Brooklyn game, at the Brooklyn home opener, and he got the ball and he did this dribble jab step move. It was a stop and pop. He got fouled on a play. And I was like, man, like there's nobody on the team that has that dribble drive or that dribble jab step in their arsenal. He's literally the only guy that has it on that team. Maybe you can go so far as to say Elfrid might have it, but Elfrid's jumper is broken. So it's like, who do we have that can just be the offensive threat at the guard position only? And literally, he's the only guy on the team that can do what he
outside
does.
of RJ, they don't really have anybody.
And I mean, RJ's job is dribble penetration and bruise against smaller guards. He's not afraid to take contact. But I'm talking about as far as being loosey-goosey off the dribble and who's not afraid to attack and take fancy contact.
Well,
There's nobody else on the
than
team.
our guard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's nobody else on the team that can do that. That's why I'm going so far as saying, I want to keep him. I want to keep Alonzo Trier. Especially off the strength of, we know what he's capable of doing based off of last season, and we're not putting him in positions where he's able to do what ISO does. I'm cool with him being ISO and not passing the ball and attacking. I'm cool with that.
And you know what?
But I don't think.
And see, I agree. I agree.
ISO.
That should be. I mean, you got to use players to their strengths. If that's his strength, put him in and let him do what his strength is. You know what I'm saying? And then you put him in a lineup where it everyone's strengths can match up. So that you have a good lineup on the floor. But we'll see. But hey, guys, I gotta go. All right. Thank you guys for calling in with me. All right, but I got to get out of here. I got to get on a phone call that I'm 5 minutes late to already. So I got to get on the phone call now. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. If you sign up to be an NBK ambassador, please check your emails. All right. Because I sent an email asking people who wanted to be an NBK ambassador if they'd be free to have a conversation tonight. Be about 20-minute conversation. All right, just so we can get the ball rolling on some things. And I'm going to be sending a link back out to those who gave me their information. I'm going to be sending the link out tonight in about an hour or two so that you know what time we're going to be meeting at 6:30. And you'll have a link to when, a link to the meeting. All right. So just be on the lookout for that if you sign up to be an NBK ambassador. And if you haven't, you can go on my website and there's a link there where you can sign up to be an NBK ambassador, where we can try to link people in different states. That's the whole point of it, so that we can link up groups, NBK groups in different states, and you guys can go to games and things like that. But anyway, I'm out of here. All right. If you didn't get a chance, check out the video that I did last night. Not that I did, it was part of the Knicks Weekly. I just chopped it up and put it in there. That talks about Kenny Wooten, and it talks about Dennis Smith Jr.'s trade value. And I seen Guillermo say something about breaking down Kenny Wooten. I think I'm gonna work on something like that. I do want to try to get some more. I seen him just one game. I want to see if I can get some more information. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, that's my phone call. They're calling me, so I got to get out of here. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Tonight after the game. Peace.
That's the G.